Hey guys, sorry I can't be there, but what we're going to work on today is something called transformations. And today's the first type of transformations. So now you might have heard of transformations before. Put an I in there. And transformations are things like reflections and rotations and dilations, and the one we're going to talk about, translations. And what you have to think about a translation is really a slide. And this is when we slide points around. So let's take a look at a translation. So this would be, for example, if we did a triangle, right, and we slid it over, and sometimes we can slide it down also. It'd be like in the same general shape. It's the same shape, same kind of orientation. It's just moved over. Now this is called the original, and this would be called just the image. And what sometimes the original is actually called the pre-image, the image before. So there's a couple different ways we can do this. So let's start with a point. Let's call the point. So we'll start with the original or the pre-image. And let's call this original point A. And this point is, let's say, 3, 2. So there's a couple different ways we can do this. I could do it in words. Okay, so we could do it by words. And I could say, go left 4, down 5. And that's going to be called A prime. So that little tick mark right here is prime. This is A prime. A prime. So let's graph the first point, and then we'll graph the translation. So 3, 2. This is 3. Just so I get some numbers on here. So 3, 2. 3, 2. And that's A. So I'm just going to call it A. And now the next one, A prime. So from here, from the 3, 2, we're going to go left 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to be called A prime. We do it again. This time we can use a formula. And so now the formula, sometimes you see the formula. The formula would be something like this. It'll say xy goes to, and then it'll say something like x, I don't know, plus 2y minus 4. Okay. So plus 2 is sideways 4. Excuse me, plus 2 is sideways 2. Minus 4 is down 4. So in this one, let's call this A double prime. 2 little tick marks. So I'll go back to my original. And I go over 2. 1, 2. Down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to be A double prime. Now the last way we do it, it's probably the most common way. And that's with the translation notation. It's called notation. And it's capital T. So translations are called capital T. And so this one, let's call this a triple prime. And usually you don't go past 3 because it's just too crowded. So they put a capital T. And then maybe they'll put something like down here. They'll put like minus 2 comma, let's do 5 again. Minus 2, 5. Now, what you got to see is that the first position is the x position. So that's the x value. And the 5 is in the y spot as a point. It's x, y. So what this means is go backwards 2, up 5. That's how you'd say it in words. So I'm going to go back to my point here. Backwards 2. So that's the x direction. Back 2, up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this would be my triple prime. So that's the first part. Let's try it again. let's do graph and state the coordinates. Okay, so that's the directions. All right, now when they say state the coordinates, they mean write the points down. Okay, so let's start off original. And let's make it a triangle. So now, triangle ABC is -1, 3, -6, 5, and -4, 7. Okay. And what they want us to do is a translation of 8, 3. Now, let's review. The 8 is in the X spot and the 3 is in the Y spot. This is a +8, so we're going to add 8. So it's going to go sideways 8. It's a +3. It's going to go up 3. And they want us to state the coordinates. So I'm going to make A prime, B prime, C prime. So that's my goal. And we're going to graph them. Now there's two ways. You can graph them first if you want to count boxes, or sometimes you don't have to graph them. You can just look at the numbers. So for example, let's start with the A. Okay. So A is -1, 3. And what the rule is 8, 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an 8 here and a 3 here. Now remember, it's +8, +3. So I want A prime. So now A prime. And you're just going to do what it says. -1 and 8 is 7. 3 and 3 is 6. So it's 7, 6. Let's try it again. So B, -6, 5. And 8, 3. So once again, we're going to do 8, 3. So here we go. And it's going to be B prime. So B with a little tick mark. -6 and 8 is 2. 5 and 3 is 8. That's B prime. 2, 8. And once again, you could do this by graphing if you really wanted to. It doesn't matter. Let's try this again. C. -4, 7. And we're going to 8, 3. Okay, so try it. -4 and 8 is +4. 7 and 3 is 10. So 4, 10. So let's graph these points. We didn't graph them yet, so let's check it, and let's check to see it works both ways. So -1, 3. Backwards 1, up 3. So that's A. Back 6. Let's get some numbers on here. -6. Up 5. B. -4, up 7, C. And with the pen, it's a little rough. Yours probably is going to look nicer with graph paper and a straight edge. So that's ABC. And let's do the transformation, 8, 3. And we could count by 8, so let's count, right? So look, we'll do the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, up 3. 1, 2, 3. That's where it goes. And that point is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up 6. 7, 6. That's exactly where we thought it was going to be. So I'm just going to go through the points this way. So 2, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. prime. C prime 410. Mine's off my graph a little bit. I'll put it right there. Oh, that was a rough one. Try that again. Wait. Last call. 3 times charm. And that's C prime. And that's how we state the coordinates. So let's try some questions. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so let's look at the points. So take a look at the first couple and see if you can try them out. Okay, so let's look. So hopefully you did 3, negative 4. So that's negative 2, negative 2. Choice 3. And now this was a trick one, so you had to figure out what the t value was first. So 3 to 6 is 3. 5 to 1 is subtract 4. So it's 3 minus 4. That's a 0. There's only one with a 0 in front, and negative 9. So that one worked. Okay. So, oh, there's another one. You got to figure out the t value here. This one was t. So negative 2 to 3. So figure out that number. 3 to negative 1. Negative 2 to 3 is 5. 3 subtract 4. So it's 5 and negative 4. So 5 and negative 4. 4 and 5 is 9. There's only one with a 9 in it. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. So do the same thing on this one. Okay. So 1 to 5, that's easy. The back number is 4. Well, I can get rid of these two. Let's check this. Negative 3 to 5, not counted by 2. So it must be 8. So it's 8, 4. Okay, last 2. Oh, these are easy. This is better. This is just do what it says. So I'll try them out. So I got 1, 2, and I got 1, negative 4. All right, so now you guys, for the rest of the period, you have a worksheet to do. So good luck, and I'll see you Wednesday.